Thank you very much. Prime Cabinet Secretary, Your Excellency Musalia Mudavadi, Your Eminences, Your Graces, Bishops, brothers and sisters in Christ, allow me to associate myself with the protocol already established. Welcome to Nairobi. Welcome to Nairobi. I am really honored. I have never been in a room with so many bishops. And I have a good feeling about this room. Your Excellency, the last time I was in this room was during the gubernatorial debate before the election of 2022. And I won. And so now when we add the blessing, and I don't know what happened, I was in the theme, I didn't know the colors go together with the purple. I feel that blessing will be there also today. I'm greatly honored. Thank you really for honoring us with your presence in Nairobi. We are happy that you're here from across the region. And I'm glad to join you in this conversation on synodality and the young people. I personally have had a journey in leadership as a young person. And I believe your theme is very, very relevant to the experience that our region is going through today. As governor of Nairobi, I spend my days managing a city where literally more than half of the people I serve have not yet reached their 22nd birthday. Across our region, the median age is young. The median age in Uganda is 16 years, meaning more than half of the people have not reached the age of 16. The median age of Zambia is 18.4. The median age in Kenya is 21. South Sudan, 18. Tanzania, 19. Malawi, 20 years old. Ethiopia, 20.4. Eritrea, 21.3. So quite literally, the statistic that I've just mentioned is really framing the discussion that we're having. It is more than half of those who fill the pews in every parish represented over here. It is a defining fact for our region. If you split any parish within this region in half by age, one half would still be in school. I want to share two things from my own work in governance. I got into leadership pretty young, while at the university, through student leadership. And many times people questioned, and I wish I can get an opportunity, because I'm told you have very many young people around, to also share with them a few nuggets. I was at age 19, when I started in President Mwai Kibaki's campaign, that time in the referendum. At age 21, I was already working with, the government at that time while still in school. I became the chairman of Kenya's ruling party at age 27. It was called the National Alliance, if you remember. And it was challenging. I was in charge of people older than my dad, and they would look like, what does this young guy know? I became member of parliament at age 32. 28. I became senator, and Bishop, you were right. I've been a senator longer. I became senator at age 32 and governor at age 38. And God willing, if I finish this next term, I'll be only 47, having done 2 terms as governor. Based on the blessing in the room, purely based on the blessing in the room. We are speaking at a time that is so critical, because we have millions of young people in our region who have been disciplined by harsh economic times, who many times do not have hope, many times are looking at their elder siblings who are jobless. We must deal with their unemployment, but the church must still continue to be the salt of the earth. The church must still continue to be that place of solace that holds us together. And allow me to really deeply, as governor of this city and as a leader, to thank the Catholic Church, because the Catholic Church, its presence alone in Nairobi has really helped keep things together. from your schools, your institutions, your contribution in health, your contribution in all sectors, it cannot go unnoticed. And we're really hoping that we can continue a deep partnership to reach these young people. The first thing that I learned was listening before building. The young people today are unwilling first to be defined by those overquoted statistics. They want something real and tangible. They don't want you to give them curated solutions that you found somewhere. They want to build together. And I've seen that practically happening in the city. Whenever we've had regulations, whenever we've had, in fact, recently we've just done our development control policy on physical planning. It was really enriched by our young people. I always talk about this yellow watch that I wear. I think many of you from Kenya may know what it symbolizes. Before I became governor, 1 out of 4 children were not going to school in Nairobi because of urban hunger, due to urban poverty. And we said, let's create a solution with our young people. This is not a fancy watch. It is a digital solution created by young people in Nairobi, where after having seen the problem of hunger, we built 17 kitchens to provide meals. Today we feed 320,000 children every single day, and they all wear this watch, which is a digital tap to eat. From this device alone, I can tell you how many children have gone to school today, what they have eaten, how many have eaten, and it is bringing hope to this generation. That 40% are now coming to school who are not going to school. That is building bridges, that is building hope in a generation. And it's one of the areas, and I'm glad I saw Mr. Russo here from KCB. It is one of the areas where we agreed to partner, and I hope we can also partner with the church. You can imagine these children do not even finish their food. They take it back home to their siblings. You can imagine that parent who wakes up not knowing whether they will get a job. Maybe they work in a construction site, or there are mafuas who are waiting to wash clothes. Today they have hope that whether or not they get a gig, whether or not they get a job, their child has eaten. It has changed the performance in the last 3 years because we've been consistent from 2023. Not a single day has been missed. The performance in our schools today are the best performing in the country. The attendance is 100%. No child misses school. And I'm sure when you walk out in the streets today, you will not see street children when schools are on. What Bona PCS will help me with is the holidays. The parents are now worried because during the holidays, the school feeding program is not there. And I'm sure if we work out something, we can still create with the church as well to bring back hope to this generation. That is just an example. The second is about hope made tangible. I feel the church knows this instinctively. That in a society of young people, when the people feel safe, when the people feel taken care of, when the people feel that they can trust, then you have a society that really is something to look forward to, that everybody is at peace. We have a challenge today because many of these disillusioned young people, and I keep saying, the biggest security challenge in our region is not Al-Shabaab. It is not Al-Qaeda. It is millions of disillusioned, disengaged young people. And we've seen them being misused locally by politicians, by my colleagues, and many times even some of us are blamed. And we really must come strong as a church to bring back sanity and to stop that idea of goonism, political misuse of these young people. Let us give them hope. I'm very happy that our president has programs that he has lined up that actually address that urgency of day-to-day engagement of these young people to create jobs. As I move to conclude, I really must thank you that, this theme, when I hear this theme, communion, hope, justice, good governance, Bishop, I don't hear 4 separate ideas. I hear a sequence. Communion is what happens when we listen. Hope is what grows when communion is followed by action. Justice is hope made structural. And good governance, wherever it is, whether it is in the church, whether it is in government, whether it is in business, whether it is in the private sector, good governance is simply the discipline of making sure that that sequence does not break down. I want to encourage the young people, because I know they're listening, that leadership is not position, it is influence. That the young people who are the trustees of our countries and our region's posterity really need to know that they can do it today. We used to be called leaders of tomorrow, we're leaders today. I want to ask the bishops, as you go back to your countries, please send a message of hope to the young people. The young people today are more connected than ever before. They are driven by, the digital world. They can follow us from wherever they are. They have that connection. We're living in a global village defined by information technology, and all they need is to know that they can call on the church, that they can call on leadership to change the future of our region. Finally, bishops, allow me to extend a welcome. Beyond this, Nairobi is beautiful. Nairobi is not just Catholic University. We have a national park right next to you. The only national park in a capital city where you can see animals in their life untouched, unspoiled habitat. And the backdrop of the capital city is behind you. Please visit there. But beyond that, I want to invite you. If you're wearing what you're wearing, or you can show that you're in this conference, you are welcome to any hotel in Nairobi, any restaurant in Nairobi. But you'll only need to do three things. When you go to the hotel, have as much as you want. Drink, eat, have our local delicacies, nyama choma, have ugali please, githeri, as much as you want. Number two, if anybody asks you, tell them the governor of Nairobi sent you there. Tell them the governor of Nairobi sent you there. And number three, please pay your own bill when you're done with that bill. Please feel welcome to Nairobi. We're honored to have you. May God bless all of you. Thank you.